Well, we got a Rampage episode here. Now, before I get started, I wish to say thank you for looking at the Impact episode of Wrestle House 2, the Thanksgiving edition, the one I called the Johnny Swinger, the Swinger episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I laughed my ass off so much because I did not know what I was looking at. I don't know if I was loving it, liking it, hating it. I was completely confused. That's the truth, guys. I was confused on that episode. It wasn't that I hated it completely. It wasn't that I liked it completely. It wasn't that I thought it was the greatest thing on television. I just laughed my ass off and I didn't know how to feel. And that's a good thing. Because if you don't know how you feel when you watch a show and you can't turn it off, that means it's doing its job. Whether it's bad, good, or indifferent, it got you to watch. And it got me to watch. Believe that. Let's move on to Rampage. This was okay. It was a good show. It really was uneventful. There wasn't like a huge thing that was done here. No real progression and storylines were done. Nothing really substantial other than Rio. And I'll get to that in a minute. But even then, it's due to the fact of nothing really substantial. Adam Cole and Bobby Fish versus Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta. I believe his name is Wheeler Yuta. This match was the opener, and it wasn't bad. Seeing how Orange Cassidy has some good chemistry with Adam Cole is good. There's no lie about that. They got great chemistry. So does he have with Bobby Fish. Yuta wasn't bad, but honestly speaking, I'm not a Yuta fan. Not saying it was bad. Not saying he's a bad wrestler. But there's just something about Wheeler Yuta that just doesn't speak to me. Period. Orange Cassidy has a character. He is a total sloth. Bobby Fish is just a no-nonsense who wants to just murk your ass. Because he's a mercenary. He'll murk you. He'll end you. You got Adam Cole, who just is Adam Cole, baby. He just has oozing of character. Whether you like him or not, being a big guy or small guy, you know what he is. Wheeler Yuta does not have a character that I feel. I just don't. He barely talks on Dynamite. He never talks here. And whether you hear him on Darker Elevation means nothing. Nothing. Because a very small fragment of the people who watch Rampage and Dynamite watch Dark and Elevation. I'm just saying. The heels won. Bobby Fish over Yuta, which I'm not surprised because Yuta could easily be sacrificed. They're not going to sacrifice. They're not going to mess over Bobby Fish. They're not going to mess over Adam Cole. And they're not going to mess over Orange Cassidy. The reason I botch is because who is Wheeler Yuta? What is Wheeler Yuta? Is he just there? He feels blank. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. The Black Friday Deals match. Rio supposedly in the Battle Royal for the women, in the last Battle Royal they had, the Casino Battle Royal, she was not eliminated, but they considered her eliminated. So she's getting a second chance if she fits, not fit. You know the reason why I botch? Simple. Rio is no better than Shida. No character. Nothing. She's a standard. Understand, this is not about her ring ability. This is not about Shida's ring ability. I'm not saying it's their ring ability. It's zero about the ring ability. If anybody thinks it's because they can't wrestle, this is not the problem. The problem is they're not given a character. They're not given something to work with. I have this Monday coming out a Booking the Wrestler AEW edition talking about Shida and her story with Selena Deeps. It's coming this Monday. It's not going to be a Gump report. It will be released Monday. And you will see how I booked Hiro Kushida. I may actually do a booking of Rio. That might actually be the next video I'm going to do. I may actually film one of what I think should be done to Rio to make her interesting. Because as it stands now, seeing her getting a second shot, at the damn title. Not saying she'll win. It might be the the belt show that's coming on the 8th. I can't remember what it's called. The black belt? No, not the black belt. I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. But I believe the reason that she's doing this is not because she's one of the greatest wrestlers they have. No. It's not because she has a great character. Zero. It's because Britt Baker has no challengers right now because the women's division, as I've been saying, is still not there. And if anybody says, oh, now we got Thunder Rosa on here. Now we're going to have Ruby Soho. She's going to make it great. Now we got Jamie Hager. Now we got Jade Cargill. Now we got Statlander. Means still nothing. When none of the women that have been there already have been built at all. Yes. Hager has been getting some traction. Ruby Soho already got a built-in character. You can feel her. Yes. Thunder Rosa has been on the show for quite a while. You can feel her. Selena Deeps, who's on the show, you can feel her. But the problem is, not all the other women have been fleshed out. And when you show them so much, like a Penelope Forbes, like a Bunny, who barely does anything, it feels like an empty division still. Because you're not giving these other women characters. You don't show those characters on Dynamite or Rampage, so then when you see them, they feel empty. So Rio feels empty. She isn't a character. She doesn't mean anything. And that pisses me off. They say so importantly that it means something. Look at Impact Wrestling. At least with their women, no matter... Look, they just did Wrestle House. They just spotlighted a lot of people in Wrestle House and showed some level of character to these women, whether they wrestle or not. Where are they doing it here for the women? I'm just saying. Rio wins. Now she's going to have an opportunity probably in January 8th on that special show. I can't remember the name of it right now. That makes sense. It's not about if it's right or not. They need to put someone on Britt Baker's butt because there's nobody. Because they're working a TBS title picture right now. They're trying to do the tournament. Now the final thing is Garcia versus Eddie Kingston. A very hard-hitting match. Maybe that might be the best title for this. Because when you see Eddie and you see Garcia with 2.0 at ringside, this was a hard-hitting match. And if you want to know how tough New Yorkers are, remember, Eddie's from my part of the woods. He's from New York. Garcia's from Buffalo. I don't think the people in Buffalo are as tough as New Yorkers. Like the Bronx, the Brooklyn, even the Manhattan. And I was born in Manhattan. There's nothing wrong with being in Manhattan, baby. But New Yorkers, compared to Buffalo, New Yorkers, there may not be a rivalry, but there could be easily. And if you want to know who's tougher, who won? Eddie won. Eddie whooped that ass. And mind you, it was told in a pretty well way that from the last match that Eddie had, which was with CM Punk, his left knee had been messed up, and he was still making it look like something. That's showing storyline. He was dealing with CM Punk. He got a messed up knee from CM Punk because of the match, and he's still playing into it. It shows that he can still maintain what's already been established beforehand. In the end, after getting his head bashed in multiple times, he did finally get over on Garcia, but 2.0 attacked. And then you get the Chris Jericho coming to back him up. Now, this is going to be interesting what's going to happen on this Dynamite. Will Eddie and Chris have a short program together? Because Eddie doesn't have CM Punk to deal with, which breathe. I am not against what happened with CM Punk and MJF. It was one of the best promos I've seen in years on Wednesday. There is no doubt, there's no question, there's no denying it. Nobody can question it. Even if it was a 20-minute promo, it was worth it because it was so well built. But I would have liked at least a month working with Eddie. Seeing CM Punk in these short feuds does not make me feel good. Unlike everybody else that wants to see him turn heel now, which he does not need to. He just needs long-term feuds until next year when he can turn heel. He can stay face. People are still interested in him as a face. But due to the fact that he is in short-term feud, well, not even a short-term feud, it's stupid the way they're booking him right now. For me personally, I'd rather see him last about a month and a half to 2 months dealing with somebody. I believe there was another month in that feud with him with Eddie. They could have done something where eventually Eddie, see it in this respect, a short little story. Eddie still feels jaded because of what happened in ROH. Because when he was there, no one treated him right. That's how he felt. But everyone thought that he had potential. But they didn't see that he was pushing his potential. Now, after all these years, CM Punk, one of the ones who was there, sees him not going to his true potential. And this story could easily make Eddie reach that full potential at this stage in his career. And they could have spent the last 2 months or more building up into the next pay-per-view where finally CM Punk shows Eddie his true potential and he says it on the mic, "You have finally reached your true potential." Just like I always knew, just like everyone knew. And you can have Bryan Danielson come out, who is one of those people that he looked up to. And even he acknowledges Eddie Kingston, which would be one of the best stories you could see for Eddie. Eddie, as an incredible talker and a good wrestler, is now finally getting his due from two of the peers that he cared about more than 15 to 20 years ago. That would be a good story over a 2 or 3 month period where before they turn Bryan Danielson heel, he could have done that. But no, we didn't get it. So CM Punk has now moved on to MJF, where I truly believe it's not going to be more than a few weeks to maybe a month and a half of a feud, which I believe is not the wisest thing to do. He needs a longer feud, but this is just me. And I hope you enjoy this. Give me a comment below. Hopefully you'll give me a like. And I hope you enjoyed Wrestle House. If you're not seen Wrestle House, take a look at my review of Wrestle House. I said it earlier. I didn't know how to feel. I was laughing my ass off. Some of it was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Please stop. Others like, I can't stand it. I gotta laugh because it's damn funny. And I was somewhere in between as a reviewer who had to write down notes and try to stay calm while watching this show on Thursday. I may leave a link below. If you have not seen my review of it and definitely have not seen this past Impact for their Thanksgiving special, take a look at it. Yes, I know some of you are not going to stand it. You're not going to want to see Johnny Swinger as the focus. But still. Oh, Daddy, I almost got married to Swingerette #1, who actually screwed a Jonna Bravo, and he was about to sacrifice his virgin blood for me. Yeah, Daddy. If you don't know what I'm saying, watch my review and then watch the damn show. Peace.